presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. Today we're here at Chambers Bay in University Place, Washington. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, set to bring you all the action out on the course. Frank, what can you tell us about this golf course?
First and foremost, Rich is going to be the host of the 2015 US Open, but it's a true links golf course designed by Robert Trent Jones II. Breathtaking views of the Puget Sound, as well as the Olympic Mountains on a clear day.
Frank, you think of links golf, you think of Scotland, the home of golf. Links in the state of Washington?
That's right, and it is a true links too. Wide fairways. You're going to have a little bit of imagination today as well, because when this golf course plays firm and fast, you're going to play the bump and run, and you will need a ton of variety of shots around the greens. What a great shot.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Well, those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. All right, Frank, how would you break down this approach shot here at the first at Chambers Bay?
Well, Rich, it's partially blind, so you've really got to fixate on the exact point that you want to aim at. That's one of the beauties of this golf course. So maybe even just have a little look and make sure you know that line, because once that ball hits the ground, the natural contours are going to take it in a certain direction. So really fixate on that line.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. This one just requires a little bit of focus. That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
This from about 10 feet. One under early in the round. And he makes it for par. Now at the second and a medium-length par 4, Frank.
Yeah, a slight dogleg to the left, rather long, skinny green here, well bunkered all the way down the left side. Really anything down the right and the natural contours of the land should kick that ball a little to the left.
Frank, you've played golf courses all over the world. How would you define links golf?
Well, I think you go back to St Andrews, really. The true links golf courses were built on wasteland. That's why there were dune areas, and even St Andrews used to be an archery. They used to do archery there on Sundays and that when the golf course was closed. So it's land that wasn't used for anything else. You're obviously playing in the elements. There's very little protection. Most links courses, you struggle to find any trees. Chambers Bay, no exception.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You're going to need a bit of force to extract one out of there. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my eye.
It looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That is a really good shot landing close to the flagstick. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. -1 in the early going. from about 8 feet. Just like that, now at 2 under. At the third tee now, Frank, and what are we staring at here?
This green is anything other than symmetrical, so be very, very cautious on where the flag is. Anything in the middle of the green you can putt to the corners, well, if you can call them corners, more like ragtails, but beautiful par 3.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
He'll be pretty happy with that one. About 20 feet away and good spot. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's fine to be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you've hit it, 2 from that distance is fine.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Now at -2 for the day. So just a formality here. Did the job right there. Frank, standing here on the 4th tee at Chambers Bay, you can see what this golf course is all about with those dunes on the left and all that sand down on the right. A lot of trouble here.
Yeah, first hole, Rich, really that bends to the right, but if anything, you want to keep the tee shot down the left side. It's going to give you a better angle to the green. And unlike the 2 previous holes, this fairway slopes to the other direction, to the right.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. In the fairway, it's lying nicely, and 180 yards left. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Second from an excellent lie.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. He got away with one right there. Just missed that bunker.
Yeah, that looked like it was sand the whole way.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Frank, this is the kind of start every player wants.
Yeah, swinging it well. Certainly hitting the ball in the right place there. And, yeah, good thing, too. He's actually putting well.
And with that putt, he moves to 3 under. Frank, it's kind of fun to swing away on an elevated tee like this, the 5th here at Chambers Bay.
It looks straight away. It certainly does. And under 500 yards, so it gives you a chance, plus that elevation. You should be able to knock one down there. The whole pinch is in, though, with those bunkers left and right. And there's just one bunker in the front of this green. And that, as you can guess, should be avoided.
Be careful. They call this hole free fall. That is a fantastic long shot.
There's no way he could hit that without a tail breeze. Surely that breeze had to help there.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Now the approach shot here at the 5th hole at Chambers Bay, and how difficult is this?
Well, it looks straightforward, but the second shot, once again, just semi-blind. You've got to be very aware of that little central bunker that's just short of the green, because you're either going to have to go over it or around it.
Getting set now over the putt.
You'd like that one again.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par. I don't know what they were looking at.
In for a bogey. Just a couple of feet. Putting a good round together now at 4 under. Getting set to hit the tee shot here at the 6th at Chambers Bay. Frank, where are you looking to land the ball off the tee here?
There's a nice dune down that left side that sort of gives you a good line that you can work the ball off here. But remember, this is a links golf course, so you don't try and fight Mother Nature because she'll always win. So just anything down the left, let that ball sort of kick its way back towards the middle of the fairway. A lengthy par 4, though, at 495.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, this has been impressive. game plan, stuck to it, hitting some quality shots.
He's really done his homework on the golf course, swinging well. And, well, there's a few holes to go, too. And this round could get even better.
This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity. What a great shot.
Frank, what do you think about this approach here at the 6th?
Well, one of the few greens here that's protected on both sides. Rather narrow green, and you can see really what happens if you miss. Bunkers left and right. Plus there's a couple of ridges, so club selection is important here. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
The second shot now to the par 4. Birdie chance here. Very long. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. Just a sensation. Right about 9 feet here to the hole. Has his par. On the 7th tee now, it is over 500 yards from the back tee.
Yeah, this is called humpback, and you can see why there's all those mounds and undulations between you and the hole, plus all that amazing bunkering down the right side. All to be avoided, really. If you can do that, then you get a decent look at this green. But yeah, you've mentioned it, 500 plus yards. It's going to play longer than that uphill.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
To generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Frank, uphill shot. What did you like to do on a play like this?
The biggest thing really is to try and work on your balance. You've got to make sure you get through the shot and normally take an extra club.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Settles in over the putt.
When you consider the length of that putt, it's a good putt.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Frank, let's hope he doesn't make double bogey now.
That's the saddest coming out in you, Rich.
Just 5 feet left.
Now putt for par.
Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Now at 1 under for the round. Now to the 8th and a long par 5, Frank.
Fortunately, there's no bunkers, just the dunes either side. The hole looks a little narrow off the tee, but get down there, you're going to realise that's a fairly generous fairway. There's a little bit of mounding in this green, too, that actually slopes it back towards the player. So use that to your advantage.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
Now the second shot to the par 5.
That's an absolute beauty. Second shot.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Looks like he just misread that. Well, that's disappointing. He misses the par putt, and he'll have this for bogey. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
Good work right there, now to 6 under. Drops not one, but 2 shots with that double bogey. Frank, the 9th hole, called Olympus. I mean, that is very grand sounding. Like something that...
You're talking Greek god here, aren't you? Come on, this golf course is for the mere mortals, Rich.
Looks like he came over just a little bit.
Yeah, that one wasn't pretty, but it's still gonna get away with it.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. This is a good-looking shot. These putts keep the round together. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Now a 7-footer. One over for the day. Moving on to the back 9 here at Chambers Bay in the state of Washington. I'm Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Frank, what's the 10th hole all about?
Dunes left and right, hence the name High Dunes. Obviously split the fairway there. But one of the factors of true links golf is you normally get to putt in the calm. The dunes protect this green from all the wind, so a relatively flat putting surface.
In the fairway here at the 10th, nice way to start off the back 9. Frank, as we get set for this approach, what does our featured player need to do to regain some of that early round magic?
First, a bit of advice, really. Take a deep breath. Make sure all those bad thoughts get out of your mind. After that hot start, we all know they can play better than this, but they need to relax first of all and then let their game take over again.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Frank, it appears as though this approach shot here at the 10th is fairly straightforward.
It is. You've got a flat green, so you're not really worrying about mounds or bounces here. And really, this is, with a short iron in hand, this is one of those ones you just green light, you go straight at the flag here.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Never quite had enough oomph on that.
Yeah, sort of a wishy-washy stroke.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Back to par for the round. Has this to save par. Did the job right there. Stepping up to the tee here at the 11th, Frank.
It looks straightforward. You see a big dune in the middle of the fairway. You can really take that out of play. Get it down there as far as you can. You're going to need to. And then from there on in, it's really just trying to find out exactly where you want to land that second shot so that you can get it on the right level.
Beautiful looking shot right here. Wow, he moved that a long ways right in the fairway. Setting up for another approach, our featured golfer has continued that excellent play from earlier in the round.
Indeed, there's no better feeling in the world than when you know you're firing on all cylinders. Hitting fairways, second shot's just going straight at the flag. Right now, everything is working.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. The 11th hole. Frank, what's ahead here?
This is another green that's sort of sloped. There's a lot of little slopes in this green here, plus the green angles from right to left. So it just depends on whether that second shot that lands. You've got to be well aware of what you're landing on. If you're landing on a downslope, it's going to kick forward. Obviously, an upslope, it's going to stop that much quicker. Well, it's a little absurd, that, Rich. That shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact. Either misjudged the win or simply just pulled the wrong club, Frank.
Going to take some skill now.
Wow, what a shot. Doesn't even need the putter. And getting ready for the putt. Shouldn't be a problem here. Just a tap in to finish the hole. So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 8th hole seems to have taken him out of his game. The 12th here at Chambers Bay is known as the Narrows. What's the play here, Frank?
Two, really. You could just sort of iron it down there, have a little wedge or a pitch in there with no sweat whatsoever. Or, if you want to have a little bit of fun, if you can drive it over that bunker that's just short left of this green, you might just putt for an eagle.
Frank, this is good golfing weather. Nice, strong breeze. And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Somehow that managed to miss the bunker, Frank.
Yeah, that looked like it was sand for sure.
This is a cross-country special. That's a head-scratcher. No other way to put it. That close to the green and misses it badly to the right. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Kind of a tricky read. Now do that in the hole. Tremendous shot. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Just a little tap in here. Solid effort and reasonable result to stay at 1 over par. Now at the 13th hole here at Chambers Bay, and Frank, this one bends to the right, par 4.
It doesn't mean that you have to cut it or move the ball in that direction. Ideally, really, anything down the left side of the fairway would be well suited for this hole. There is a central bunker that sort of protects the front middle of this green. You can go in left of that or right of that, but this is a beefy par 4. 4 on the card, and you are not losing ground.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. The second shot now to the par 4.
This looks like it's heading for the bunker.
That one is in the bunker. Frank, quite a bit to consider here at the 13th.
Yeah, there's little knobs on the left and the right side of this green, so that bunker you can see, at first it looks like you've got to avoid it. Well, you've really just got to carry it.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Just trying to keep this round on track. Has that putt, stays at 1 over. Frank, this is the 5th par 4 in a row, and they're not easy. This one here at 14, really a daunting tee shot.
It is. That's why it's called Cape Fair. A true Cape hole in golf, Rich, is when you've got to decide how much you want to bite off when you hit across a slight dogleg. And this one, really, you're going to be rewarded the further left you can go. There is one little bunker in the middle of the fairway that you have to avoid. That's going to be 320 or so yards off the tee. This hole, 546 yards, you're going to see a variety of second shots, or the length of second shots here, determined purely by the bravery of the tee shot.
Oh, he loves that one. You can see it. This one is high, it is deep, and it is gone. Second from an excellent lie. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. This is a good-looking shot. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. One over for the day. Frank, normally in a golf course, you don't want to spend too much time in the trees, with the trees, around the trees. But part of me wants to go up and hug this tree because he's all alone. It's the only tree on the whole golf course.
Well, I know you're a tree hugger, Rich. I really do. But at 246 yards, when they play this off the back tee at the US Open, believe me, nobody's hugging that tree. They're just trying to make three.
And the tee shot ends up in the bunker.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Birdie try up next. Great professionals, Frank, they don't fear the greenside bunker shot, do they?
No, because you can be as aggressive or as conservative as you want. You actually have far more options. And you don't have to hit the ball first.
He's putting for par now. That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's fine to be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you've hit it, 2 from that distance is fine. Oh, Rich, that was a huge putt. You don't expect to make them from that distance.
Frank, he needs to right the ship in a hurry. That's a bogey right there.
Well, he's got to sort of wipe the memory banks too. He's still dwelling, I think, on that double bogey he made back there earlier in the round, and that's carried over into this, and it's affecting the way in which he's playing.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway.
What a great shot.
Frank, what's the danger here on the approach to the 16th, considering the green is really pretty small?
Well, obviously it's a short par 4, so you know that the problem's going to happen up ahead, and that's exactly what it does. This is probably one of the smallest, narrowest greens at Chambers Bay, and you can see it slopes dramatically from left to right. That has to be taken into consideration with the second shot.
Good-looking shot right here. That is a beauty, a real beauty. Frank, now a pretty short shot here into the 16th.
Yeah, green, anything other than flat. Very narrow, skinny green. It also slopes left to right. You can use that to your advantage.
Getting set now over the putt. Just misses.
Oh, I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. Birdie looked like a sitter. Now at par.
Shouldn't be a problem here. It happens sometimes, Frank. They don't all drop.
No, but you try telling him right now.
Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady.
Even par, currently.
Drops it, and he's at even par. Frank, you don't need just a caddy out here at Chambers Bay. Seems like you need a sports psychologist. You start thinking about the names of these holes. Beached at 16, and what's 17 called?
Derailed, and you can see why, too. That green's perched up there. If you've got the round going in the wrong direction, this is not a hole to start on. So if you've got a run going, it's just a good tee shot that lands around the front there, and you just take a 3 here. This is not a time to be a hero.
Frank, these days golfers are training like high-level athletes from other sports. Rory McIlroy, for example, has been using a guy by the name of Steve McGregor, who happened to be the trainer for the New York Knicks of the NBA.
And part of his training now is high altitude. The majority of the medal holders, for example, in the Olympics, or medal winners in the Olympics, actually use high altitude training. You know, you can develop more red blood cells in a shorter period of time. But, you know, golf, we've had so many different types of training from the athlete side. But you go back to the old days of Henry Cotton beating an old tire. Vijay Singh picked up on that. Or even the rhythm of Sam Snead. He used to count in the rhythm. It was 1, 2, 3. It was 1 at the top of the swing, 2 at impact, and 3 at the follow through. All those things are still very valid today.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here.
It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back? Safely on the dance floor.
Yes, he's holed it, Frank.
Unbelievable. From that distance.
This would give him the par. Has his par. Now to the 18th hole. Frank, everyone wants to finish in style.
Yeah, the home hole here, you know, once again you head back to just a wonderful view, and you realize that Chambers Bay was designed as a walk-in golf course, and it was designed to have fun and test every department of your game. 18 will do that. It probably gives you more trouble on both sides of the hole than any other hole on the golf course. Oh, that's fine.
Really some strong winds out there today, and we can already see the effects on some of these shots. It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
And from the fairway for his second shot here. is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from that. Second shot.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Boy, I'm reminded of what an old caddy used to say about the great Lanny Watkins when he was on fire. You can't hide the flagstick from that man. Third shot, looking for a good one. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Finished with a final score of 69. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Frank, just some great golf here today.
Yeah, that's a round to remember. Not often you play that well and you feel like you were head and shoulders above the rest of the field.
What a thrill to watch. And for Frank Nobilo and our entire team, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Peach Invitational. Located in Atlanta, Georgia, the East Lake Golf Club is the home course to the legendary golfer Bobby Jones. It's the oldest golf course in the city of Atlanta. This is Rich Lerner along with Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, and we'll be calling all the action out on the course today. Now back over to the fourth. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, Frank, what's the key to generating some momentum?
Just hitting good shots. I know it sort of sounds like the old cliche, but plenty of opportunities. A few 10, 15-foot putts start going down. This round will change dramatically.
Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
I like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy.
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green.
This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. So the second of the par four goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here. Rich, that was some shot out of the rough. I really didn't think he could even get that on the green.
Well, just to get it on the green, as you say, I think is a big win.
Really? This is an awkward length. Well, the fourth hole looks like it's going to claim another victim.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Well, with that drop shot, moves to 1 over for the tournament. Back on the tee here at East Lake, fifth hole, 520-yard par 4. Players still fighting the strong winds out there today. Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Now playing the second here at the par 4. If the conditions are right, a player can take it deep here into red figures. Zach Johnson, and he's not one of the longest hitters, but he is about as good with a wedge in his hand as anyone on tour. Zach Johnson back in 2007 shot, how's this, 10 under 60 in the Tour Championship presented by Coca-Cola. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Locked in on the read and the speed.
All things pointed to a good week.
Well, Frank, what do you think of the 6th hole here at East Lake?
It's beautiful. That's if you don't want to play it, that's for sure. It just sits out there. You can see why it's one of the signature holes at East Lake. It's tempting, it's punishing, but it's also rewarding relative to the field. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
Still playing even for the day after the par. The 7th hole here at East Lake in the Tour Championship is a slight dogleg to the left, demanding accuracy off the tee. Fairway bunker along the right. Green, blind to players from the fairway. Frank, at this, the highest level of the game, the margins are so razor thin between winning and losing. It becomes about not wasting shots, and I think that's why players really enjoy stroke play.
I think you hit the nail on the head, Rich. That's why the best players, they want every shot to count, and the best format of golf that requires that is stroke play. In match play, you can get away with a big number. In stroke play, they want it to be a body of work, every single shot adding to the score.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. And this will be fine, just a little left of the flag.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Getting set now over the putt. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Frank, back-to-back dog legs to the left as we step on the tee here at the 8th.
This one, a little different to the 7th hole. This one's fairly flat, and also that fairway runs out on the right side. You can try and flash it across all the bunkers. There's no real advantage. You have to respect those bunkers. Should just leave you a sand iron, a wedge maximum in here. This is a good scoring opportunity, providing you hit the fairway.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Second shot, good look at the green. Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
Good swing, good shot yet again. That will be a great look at birdie. Frankie's going for 2 birdies in a row.
If he can knock this one in, then that's certainly going to help the confidence.
Always nice to be comfortably inside that cut line. The wily golf instructor makes birdie. Second round coverage coming your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. So long for now. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Peach Invitational. Located in Atlanta, Georgia, the East Lake Golf Club is the home course of the legendary golfer Bobby Jones. It is the oldest golf course in the city of Atlanta. This is Rich Lerner with Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, and we'll be calling all the action out on the course today. Now down on the tee here at the 13th. This one stretched out just a little bit more, 476 yards in a par 4.
And now you're playing straight up the hill away from East Lake, so you can tack another 30 or 40 yards onto this hole. 2 bunkers down the left. There's only a player or two in the field that could actually fly that second one. So it will play as a dogleg left. And also that second shot, you're going to have to add at least another club or two for that uphill going into this green.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. That is some good work right there. Birdie, and one shot closer to the lead. Back here at the par 4 14th, we're ready to tee off. those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Now at 14, ready for the approach shot.
Safely on deck.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Oh, I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. Birdie looked like a sitter. Now par.
Trying to stay steady, make a par. That's a solid par. Still in it, Frank. We mentioned just 2 par 5s here at East Lake, and here is that second par 5. It's the 15th and only 525 yards.
Yeah, this is a doozy, really, especially where it comes in the round. It forces you to attack the hole. There's plenty of trouble off the tee, bunkers right and that solitary one on the left. But the second shot, if you can just keep it slightly left of the flag, you'll notice the natural contours will send that ball to the right.
Not the best shot, this one in the rough, but still will have a play from there. So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Frank, when you look at great rivalries in sports, you realize that athletes need each other. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to achieve greatness, to achieve legendary status. And in golf, Tom Watson needed Jack Nicklaus to push him to another level.
And also to define an era. Without one, we couldn't think of the 80s or the 90s or the 2000s or the 2010s. You need those players to define that era. So you need competition. Competition is not without rivalry.
Pretty good shot right there, about 10 feet away, setting up the putt for birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts.
Really. This is that awkward length. Now, for such a strong man, weak putt.
Now I'll have to make this just to avoid making Michael Bublé. Just a couple of feet. Bit unfortunate, loses a shot here with that bogey. Frank, this is really a picturesque hole. As you look out, you can see the Atlanta skyline, and you can also see, with just a few holes to play, maybe a $10 million pot of gold.
If you can't smell the finish from here, then you never will. And you're right. You know, you've got water coming up after this hole. Good tee shot here. If you want to challenge those bunkers, so be it. If you can somehow thread it just right of that, then you'll have a chance at the second shot that also is going to play downhill.
Officials calling that one around 310 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
And setting up here in the rough. How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game. Even par currently.
Frank, amazing how this hole has gotten away.
Yeah, he's not Robinson Crusoe. Happened to everybody that's played this game.
Has it. Frank, the par 4 17th at 455 yards has become really one of the most famous holes on the PGA Tour.
By virtue of that great up and down by Bill Haas when the level of the lake had been reduced just to the level where he could actually play that vital third shot. The hole is a slight dogleg left, par 4, fairly flat. Those 3 bunkers down the right are absolutely perfect if you're going to just bail out to the right. You'll certainly learn how to play fairway bunker shots. If you can find the fairway, this green raise slightly and you'll see that gaping front bunker that protects the front.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Outstanding strike right there, right off the center of the club face, and a good chance for birdie. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Impressive, moves to 3 under for the tournament with that birdie. The 18th hole here at East Lake is a par 3, 235 yards to the green. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Well, Frank, he'll drop at least one shot here. That was not his best effort.
No, poor is the easiest way to put that. He knows it.
Blemish on the scorecard, a bogey. There you have it, Frank. The second round is complete. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think anybody looking at this leaderboard, anybody in the top 10 of that leaderboard is certainly in a good position to win. Quality of the golf there in that first 10 is excellent.
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Frank, a tranquil and beautiful setting with the Santa Rosa Mountains in the background, those crystal clear blue skies, but it can get pretty testy out on the golf course, can't it?
If you get any sort of wind out there, Rich, the sky might be beautiful and blue today, but that wind, once especially the cross breeze, then this course has teeth.
He pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards. Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Settles in over the putt. -1 and really going. This will be a birdie if it drops. Good putt, and now 1 under par. Frank, the second hole is only 371 yards. What's the challenge here?
The bunkering. This is really well bunkered. You'd expect that for a hole this short. If it's well bunkered, it means that it's vital to get it on the fairway.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. Uh-oh, this one's going left, Frank. So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. That'll be from about 90 yards away. Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. This just 80 yards away. Frank, for a long time, the stadium course at PGA West was thought to be too difficult for the professionals. How'd that happen?
It wasn't really unusual. A lot of Pete Dye courses when they first came out with the wooden bulkhead, so visually intimidating. It was such a departure from traditional golf design that players they weren't very receptive to it. They thought it was too punishing, and yet now we look some 20, 30 years later, Pete Dye is going to go down with the Mackenzies, the Donald Rosses, the C.B. McDonalds as one of the most innovative and one of the great architects that actually changed the direction that the game's gone.
Back in the late 1980s, the Tour Pros actually refused to go back to the stadium course. They signed a petition to get it removed as one of the host courses, a ban that effectively ran until 2015. But now the Career Builder Challenge will return to the rotation in 2016. Locked in on the read and the speed. Good score going, now at 2 under par. Frank, Pete Dye certainly gives you a variety of holes, and we see that. Granted, 3 par 4s to start, but each one with a different look.
They certainly are, Rich, and it's amazing what one good bunker will do. And the bunker I'm referring to is the one down the left side. It's about 285 yards to carry. It's the sort of bunker that keeps you honest.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Rich, these winds haven't subsided at all today. It's certainly a tough test out there right now for these players.
They get your attention, don't they, as a player?
They have club selection right now, vital.
You put the ball back in your stance just a little bit?
If you're going to hit it down.
Second shot here at the third. Bunkers guarding the front left of this green. Frank, there's a real art to putting a good 72-hole score in the book, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. You know, you can have a flash of brilliance, make 5 or 6 birdies. It can be offset by doubles and quadruple bogeys. And in the end, it's the end. What did you do? The plus and the minuses. And that's why all our biggest championships have, and of recent, been stroke play. Solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's formality now.
Good thing he stayed in the first cut, because just a couple of feet over, that rough is really deep. And getting ready for the putt. No problems early. Looks good.
It does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very, very low round today.
Two under par for the round. First par 3 of the day. It is the 4th here at PGA West, sitting at just under 200 yards in the card. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Stuck the follow through right there. This could be really good. Not a gimme, but well within his range. And with that, he'll go to 3 under. That puts them at 4 under for the round. Well, here we are at the 5th hole, a 535-yard par 5 for the long-hitting professionals. Frank, certainly not a long test. What is the challenge here on this hole?
It's another example of great design by Pete Dye. He'll give you the trouble on the left on the tee shot, and then he moves the trouble to the right on the second shot. It's going to get you one way or the other. That's fine.
This is how the game is supposed to be played. This has been just outstanding. Beautiful to watch. Really good play off the tee, at least 300 yards and in the fairway. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
That's a bit offline in the rough. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Well, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
And that one lands in the first cut, Frank.
Interesting choice coming ahead here. It'll be interesting to see how he reads this lie.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough.
I mean, the skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Getting set now over the putt. Putting a good round together now at 4 under. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Good solid par right there. Frank, I love a par 3 where you have to hit one solid golf shot. Anything less and you might pay a severe price. 255-yard par 3 6. What a hole.
No, you love watching somebody else play a par 3 like that.
You're right. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot.
Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Pretty far from the hole, but still on the green, and that's never too bad. Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the hole location from here. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Well, that's all you want right there. Just lag it down, don't get too crazy, and now just to tap in left for the par. Showing no signs of weakness. That's a good putt right there. Stays at 4 under. 4 under on the day. Frank, if you want to play this game at the highest level, and no doubt our players do, you have to sort of be tactical. You break down shots or break down a hole. How would you break down this hole in a very smart way?
Yeah, I know what you're getting at there. A lot of people would think 350 yards, you could bash a driver down there, you'd finish up in trouble. Well, the way to be aggressive on a strategic hole is to just put the first one in play in a position where you can attack with the second. And there's no shame in that. You can still walk off here more days than often than not with a 3.
That's in the fairway. Setting up for the approach, this player in total command.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The decision-making, club selection's been spot on, but the execution, the swing, is really what I'm admiring right now.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
These putts keep the round together. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. That's good work. That's good par right there. Now we're at the 8th hole here at PGA West in La Quinta, California. 559-yard par 5. Frank, what are the options here?
A good tee shot, you can certainly reach this par 5 and 2. There's a crosswalk that comes across in that vicinity of 330 yards. That's sort of the green light area if you can get it down there. Anything short of that, it becomes very much a three-shotter. But if you can get it close to that crosswalk that goes there, then certainly this becomes opportunity knocks.
And now the second shot here at this par 5. So the golf ball ends up in that first cut. It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball. Should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see. Well, that one didn't work out. It didn't look bad in the air. It hit the green, but didn't sit.
Yeah, it was never going to stop.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Frank, chip shot here from just on the fringe. You like to hit this the way you would a putt?
Yeah, I normally take a club that's going to land just on the flat surface of the green, then run from there. Often people take too much loft.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Starting to really play well. -5. Frank, the 9th hole, a par 4 measuring 452 yards. This is no picnic.
This is the toughest tee shot on the front side. The easy way to bail out down the left side, it might appear that way off the tee, but then it becomes a zigzag hole where it's very easy to clock up something like a 6. The bunker down that right side, just 300 yards to get past that, but it's almost like he gives you an option there. If you do want to challenge that right side, the bunker just might save you from going in the water. But there's no question, the best drive is down the right, but it's the most dangerous one. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Now the difficult second shot here at the par 4 9th. Headed for the bunker, I think. That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Player really needs to be dialed in here. This approach shot is not easy by any stretch here at the ninth. Good-looking shot right here. Well, that's how you do it. Hit it close, take the pressure off that putt. That one should be no problem. Great knees, great hands in this shot.
Yeah, touch. You have to have that feel. You have something between the ball and the club face, so it's a different feel, but you also have to have imagination.
It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round. Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. And getting ready for the putt. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Well, not going to make par here. He needs this to only give up one. That puts them at 4 under for the round. Clean this up with a tap. That's a bogey. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Good contact, good result. Now the second shot here at 10.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Impressive. Once again, that's a par. Remaining at 5 under. Nudge this one home. Finish it up. Starting to move in the right direction. 5 under after that made putt. Boy, this is a long par 5, the 11th at PGA West. 617 yards. That is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark. Ah, nice.
Looks good. Now the second shot to the par 5. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Setting up for an approach shot here. What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. Frank, what's involved here in the third shot now at the par 5 11?
Just really setting up a good angle for that third shot. This is, when you lay up, it always pays just to check where the flag is. You want to sort of have a nice, comfortable look or angle to the flag.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Has it for par, stays at -5. Now the par 4 12th, only 363 yards, but Frank, it is intricate. There's a lot involved, isn't there, in playing a hole like this?
Yeah, I think this is where you have to work out, which clubs do you hit the best? Are you better with a 9-iron, are you better with the wedge? Because that's the distance you want to hit it to. That's how you can be aggressive, even when you're laying up. Oh, they've had some meat behind it.
Frank, what's the right play here? Second to the short 12th.
Short flags, obviously got to keep it on that front section. When you've got a back flag, you've got to get it over that little faint ridge that's in the middle of this green. Got to go past that. If you hit enough shots, every now and again, one's going to go in.
Crazy, crazy game. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Putting all of his talents on display here from the rough, and he knocks it really close. Beautiful shot. Getting set now over the putt. Just a little tap in here. Bit unfortunate, loses a shot here with that bogey. Now at the par 3 13th, and Frank, in some ways, this is vintage Pete Dye, isn't it?
It is. His use of wooden bulkheads, plus the fact that he gives you that diminishing line. The further you go back into this green, you realize it's a more and a larger carry. It just sort of reeks of something that's hit to the front mid-right of this green.
Didn't knock down the flagstick, but he still has a chance.
21 steps, or should I say feet.
This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Frank, that's what you want to do. Good lag putt.
Yeah, they can't all go in.
21 feet from pay dirt. Yeah, he's going to love that one, Frank. Sensational effort.
Oh, just eat that up.
Three under on the day. Frank, what's the best way to make three here at this 389-yard par 4 14th?
I'm not sure, really. I know there's two definitive options, hitting it down the left or carrying over the bunker. And I think that's another example of Pete Dye. This is one of those holes you never really know if you've made the right play until you finish the hole.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Excellent looking shot here. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
This is a good-looking shot.
It's like cyber vision. Shot after shot, right at the flag.
Just dialed in. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in.
It's no snack, though.
Dropping a shot here late in the round, Frank, with that bogey at the 14th. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Well, there's impressive, and then there's mind-boggling. We're at mind-boggling now. 10 under par. Well, not going to make par here. He needs this to only give up one. Now at -2 for the day. Well, Frank, we are turning home. It says so on the scorecard here at 15.
It is, and once again, another example of great bunkering by Pete Dye. Bunkers on a lot of golf courses are just simply left and right. But what Pete Dye does, he lets them cut in, especially that one down the left side of the fairway it cuts in. So it has to be avoided, and it's going to be about 280 yards to take it completely out of play. That's probably the best line, is to get it just past that last bunker on the left side.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par. Oh, nice strike, Rich. Not quite directly in line with the flag.
Just drifting a bit to the right, but he'll settle. That will be a great look at birdie. So getting set for a greenside bunker shot. Frank, when I think of the great bunker players in the history of the sport, I think about Gary Player, Seve Ballesteros, whom you knew so well. What did they do that made them so effective on these greenside bunker shots?
They had an attitude for a start that was different. For them, it was they saw possibilities. And they would imagine the amount of sand. Remember, because this is the only shot in golf where you don't have to hit the ball first. So they would really choose the amount of sand behind the ball, whether that was 1 inch or 2. Aimed the club at that and made sure they followed through.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
He'll need to be strong with this. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Well, the great hits just keep coming. Moves to -11 on the day. So a tester from 4 feet. That takes him to 1 under on the day. Now the par 5 16, dog leg, and it's at 600 yards, so a little bit of an advantage to the big bomber, Frank.
Yeah, they can almost take a big chunk out of this hole by going down the left side. If you can take that bunker out of play, and that's a big hit to get past that, then all of a sudden, shortest point between 2 places is a straight line. You've really reduced this hole into something closer to 570 yards.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Beautiful looking shot right here. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Strong wind here early in the round.
Second shot.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Well, Frank, you hate to miss the green on a par 5 with your third shot.
Well, they say par 5s are the easiest holes to birdie, but the hardest holes to make 4. Making a 6, though, that certainly sets yourself backwards. So tough up and down.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Stays at 1 under with that par. Now to the signature par 3. It only plays 168 yards from the tips, but the tee sits up high and the wind can blow, and a lot can happen here. Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet. Well, that's a little absurd, that, Rich. That shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact. Good swing, good shot yet again. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Oh my goodness, he just made that. I cannot believe it.
I was thinking he might get it close. And just a great shot.
And he has it for birdie. One great hole after another here at PGA West. The finishing hole, no exception. Frank, what can we expect here?
Great finishing hole. It's amazing. If you took the 3 bunkers we're first going to see down the right side, this would almost be a nothing hole. But because they're perfectly situated here, they really shrink up that driving area down the left side. And this is just a reward for a great swing, a great strike, a great shot.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. one last good approach here to the 18th hole. Let's see what happens. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. See if they can let loose with a good one here from 160 yards. Second shot. Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet. Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Getting set now over the putt. Will not be happy with that one. These putts keep the round together. Not too bad, a round of 70. Could use this one. This is for par. Just a couple of feet. And that's a bogey. Really good round out there today. What's the mindset, Frank, to